What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another Emcstats report. We are recapping game 3 of the Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces take game 3 for a 2-1 series lead, winning 84-72. And now, with a 2-game sample size since game 1, I think it is fair to say the Aces have figured out Kelsey Mitchell. Ever since game 1, when she had that 34-point game, shooting 50+% from the field, since then, in the last 2 games, Kelsey Mitchell is shooting 29% from the field, 12 of 40 from the field. And in game 3, you knew game 2 was going to be a blowout, right? You knew game 2 was going to be a blowout. The Aces wasn't about to go down 0-2 to the Fever with A'ja Wilson on the team. Like, that's just is what it is. But when you pay attention to the adjustments that they made in game 3 in terms of just making it difficult for Kelsey Mitchell to get good looks when she's calling for ball screens or coming off the screen, the Aces are sitting one in the passing lane. So she tries to immediately drive. We're cutting that off. You're just going to have to kick it, and we're going to have to live with your teammates making threes. But also, too, when she's is able to beat her defender off of the screen, A'ja Wilson is playing superb defense on her, making it extremely difficult for her to get her shut off in the paint. And the numbers don't lie. Again, she's shooting 29% from the field ever since game 1. And the interesting thing about this game is that if I told you A'ja Wilson was only going to have 13 points tonight, if I told you A'ja was only going to give you 13 points tonight, you would have probably been like, oh, hell no, the Aces in trouble. Because we've all seen it. If A'ja doesn't perform well, the Aces have looked horrible, right? But tonight, they proved everybody wrong, including myself. Despite A'ja having only 13 points, the Aces had 5 players in double figures tonight. And that is the first time. That's the first time in this playoff season where they have had back-to-back games with 5+ players in double figures. They had it last game, obviously, in game 2. And here in game 3, you had Nalissa Smith with 16 points, Chelsea Gray with 15 points, Dana Evans with 10, A'ja gave you 13, and the Dundada, who we also talked about in the game 1 and game 2 recap, talking about her capabilities and how sometimes she's stuck in limbo with trying to score and having to also assist. Jackie Young led all scores tonight with 25 points. The Aces are undefeated when A'ja scores 25 points or more. A'ja couldn't get that 25 points tonight. She struggled going 6 of 20 from the field, but no need to fear. Yeah, I mean, Jackie Young is here. A'ja, you couldn't get to 25. Jackie Young said, don't worry about it. I got your back, my sister. I'm going to go get to 25 as they ride off into the sunset with the 2-1 lead, winning again 84-72. And I want to salute and point and highlight Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith, 16 points tonight. But in the last two games, Nalissa Smith is averaging 17 points, shooting 69% from the field. If you think about what she started and what she is now, first being drafted to the Fever, struggling there, then having to go to the Dallas Wings. We know the Dallas Wings is ass, so she struggled there. And looking at her tenure at those two teams, you could possibly be willing to write her off and think like she just ain't really that good as she was with how high she was drafted. But her career has 1,010% been resuscitated playing alongside A'ja Wilson and the veterans at the Las Vegas Aces. On the series, in this Fever series, she's averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds on 62% shooting from the field. But man, these last two games, she has been absolutely superb. Again, 17 points, per game in the last 2 games, at shooting 69% from the field. Gotta shout out Nalissa Smith, man. It's so easy to talk down on a player when they're not playing at their best. It would not be respecting the game to not highlight her success on this team. And even like I say, even I was wrong, man. Like I don't believe in the aces when A'ja Wilson isn't playing out of her mind. And tonight she struggled. She started out the first half 1 for 11, but it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. A'ja started off the first half 1 for 11, but she finished the game going 5 of 9 from the field. And on that 1 of 11, man, salute to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston was the primary defender early on with those with that 1 for 11 that A'ja was at. Obviously, it's no easy task trying to guard A'ja and trying to like also get off and get your own production going for your team. So salute to again Aaliyah Boston on just like her defensive effort, but you gotta know, like, you can't hold a real one down for too long. You know what I'm saying? A'ja gonna bounce back. And the scary thing about this situation is the Fever fucked off a golden opportunity. You can't allow A'ja to have, I'm about to say 11. You can't allow A'ja to have 13 points and you don't find a way to win this game. Because you know, it'll be a long time again before A'ja only has 13 points in a playoff game. So pencil A'ja in for 40. Pencil her in for 40 in the closeout game for game 4. Indiana Fever, y'all blew a golden opportunity. A'ja only had 13 points. Lexi Hall, she gives y'all 16 off the bench. Yo, like, yeah, man. I think, and also too, again, on the defensive end, collectively as a unit, get an Aces credit. They figured out Kelsey Mitchell. It is not going to be easy for Kelsey to get 20 points. And if she do get 20 points like she did tonight, she shot 8 of 26 from the field. If it's going to take you 26 shots to get 21 points and you're going to shoot 36% from the field, I'm going to take that every day of the week. I'm gonna take it every day of the week. And it wasn't just wasn't Kelsey as a team. The Fever, they shot collectively 35% from the field. So you get an anomaly, once in a lifetime playoff performance from A'ja and playing absolutely horrible on the offensive end, that is, because she definitely played big on the defensive end. A'ja plays not great on the offensive end, and you the Fever and you don't capitalize on that. Yeah, y'all done. I think the Aces come out with a plan to rip y'all, slit y'all throats in game 4 for the world and y'all home crowd to see. I think that's gonna happen game 4. I think they lost all the momentum and losing game 2 tonight with how bad A'ja was. And it's been a really great season for y'all, Indiana Fever, man. Salute to y'all and how far y'all come. Yes, I'm pretty much saying y'all, this is y'all funeral service now, or maybe it's the wait. The funeral will be on Sunday, but this right now is the wait. This is the wait, you feel me? Considering how many players y'all had injured and how y'all fought to be in the semifinals and how y'all upset the Atlanta Dream, man, y'all have had a great season. But as we know, all great things must come to an end, and y'all season will be over on Sunday. Simply just because, I mean, like, y'all best player is Kelsey Mitchell, and she's figured out like it's gonna be tough for her to really like run off 20 plus 30 points in an efficient manner that can allow y'all to be able to win against the Aces. It's not gonna happen. Stephanie White, I know you didn't plan on Caitlin Clark being out, and the lifeline to the production of Aaliyah Boston is her chemistry with Caitlin Clark being able to get her the ball in transition in the post and so on and so forth, pick and roll. But you got to find a way to try to use Aaliyah Boston effectively despite Caitlin Clark not being there to be able to feed her the ball. That's your only chance. Like Lexi Hull gave you 16 tonight, going 6 of 10. That was real nice of you, Lexi, to do that for your team. I don't think she got another efficient 16 in her facing elimination. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think that 16 comes in a winning effort from Lexi Hull, right? That leaves on the table your your next two best players, with Caitlin Clark being out, Kelsey Mitchell, who's been figured out, and Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston, she goes 5 or 6 from the field. Again, she had a lot on her plate, trying her best to contest and contain Asia. It only worked for so long. Again, when you really like that, when you're really great, they can't hold you down for too long. Aaliyah Boston on the series is shooting 39% from the field. And averaging, she's shooting 39% from the field in this series, averaging 9 points and 10 rebounds. If you Aaliyah Boston, like, you gotta be a lot better than that. You gotta be more aggressive. Tonight was the most aggressive she's been just in terms of trying to score the ball. She took 16 shots tonight versus the Aces. And prior to that, game 2, she took 9. Obviously, they didn't play a lot of minutes because the starters setting the 4. The first 2 games, Aaliyah Boston only took 9 shots, and then today she took 16. So she's going to have to be even more aggressive facing elimination. Hopefully, she catches an efficient streak where everything's falling in, but that sounds impossible when you got Asia, guarding you on some of those possessions down there in the paint. But yeah, man, it's been a great run for y'all, Fever. Y'all did the absolute best that y'all could do. Something I want y'all to pay attention to. I think Natasha Howard is benched. She got benched in game 3 tonight. And I have reason to believe, considering how poorly she played in game 2 and then how she played in game 3 tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if she don't start game 4. So if you're better, bet the under on her. I wouldn't be surprised if Natasha Howard didn't get a lot of minutes in game 4. And Odyssey Sims, she started off great first 2 games. She give you 17 points game 1, 18 points game 2, shooting 50% from the field in both of those games. But tonight she dropped a dud, going 0 for 7 from the field. So the balance of the shooting averages had to eventually fizzle out as she went Okafor tonight, helping contribute to the Fever shooting 35% for the field, man. But yeah, man, again, the Aces, they proved us wrong. 5 players, including Asia, in double figures of scoring tonight, with Asia having a bad night. And that's the knock. It's just like, hey, Asia is your greatest strength and weakness, because if she's not great, we haven't seen it consistent enough for them to be able to back her. And that was put to rest tonight. With Asia struggling. The field were able to keep it close, but eventually, in the end, the Aces rallying around Asia to have her back in the playoffs on a struggling shooting night. They made it happen. And if they're gonna play like that, considering how bad the Minnesota Lynx look, and considering how there's a high probable chance that Nafisha Collier may not play for game 4, and or may be out for the rest of the playoffs with her ankle injury, or maybe just miss substantial time, but that's considered being out when you need to be playing for game 4. Considering how the Minnesota Lynx look and how the Fever look, why not take your chances? With believing the Aces to be the favorite to win the championship going up against the Mercury. I know this is highly premeditated. This is highly jumping the gun. It sounds like I'm writing off the Fever, and it sounds like I'm writing off the Minnesota Lynx. Could I be doing that? You're damn right I am. It is what it is. Like, we're just gonna call it how we see it, right? The Fever, they're done. The Minnesota Lynx execution is horrible, and they are wounded animals. Looking at what's going on with the ankle injury to Nafisha Collier, Phoenix Mercury, Las Vegas Aces in the NBA WNBA Finals, and I'll wait till before at least October 3rd to announce who I think wins that series. But the big three of the Phoenix Mercury, 20 plus tonight, Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabely, and Kalia Copper, all three of them had 20 plus points. And then you look at the big three of the Aces with Jackie Young having 25 tonight, Chelsea Gray having 15 tonight, and Asia having 13. It's like that battle of the big three. And then it's like, okay, well, how are the others going to do? So that would be a hellified playoff WNBA finals match. And if Asia can find a way to get this team to the WNBA finals, it would be a historic, legendary accomplishment. So yeah, man. Salute to the Aces for proving everybody, including myself, wrong tonight about the structure of their team and like Asia not having enough support. Yeah, that was made us all out who believes that to be a lie tonight. And let's just see if they can keep it up. Let's see if they can keep it up. I think they close it out on Sunday to make sure they rest up and start prepping for the WNBA Finals that kicks off on October 3rd. Yeah, man. Thank you, beautiful people, for listening. This has been a great recap of Game 3. Been great, phenomenal playoff matches, man. Playoff matches have been great. Yeah, man. So thank y'all for listening. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification button as I continue to give y'all these recaps. Going to recap games 4 on Sunday as well. So yeah, you want to have your notifications on for that. And don't just subscribe to the Emcstats channel. Go over to the Respect the Game podcast channel and subscribe and like and hit the notifications on there as well. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pops. Shout out to my mama and my granny for helping raise boys too. Don't take y'all listening to me for granted, and I look forward to seeing y'all on the next report. Peace.